Let's get to that chaos in Europe. They're bracing for more riots in France this weekend. Paris is going to be virtually shut down. The Eiffel Tower, closed. The Louvre, home of the Mona Lisa, closed. Now look at Britain. Looks like Theresa May's Brexit plan is going to fail. They could crash out of the European Union. And as for Italy, well, they've got a huge budget fight with the rest of their European compatriots, I should say. Steve Hilton's with us, former strategy director for Prime Minister David Cameron. Steve, it looks to me like Europe is unravelling, and I know we've been through this before, but to me the unravelling process is speeding up. What do you say?
I think that's right. It's really coming to a head, but I think fundamentally for good reasons, because what people are reacting to is bad policy that for many, many years, in some cases decades, has hurt working people, undermined their elected democracies, and people are expressing that in different ways. Now, if you take it one by one, in the UK, I know that there's a conventional wisdom that it's a problem if Theresa May's Brexit deal gets voted down, which everyone expects it to be voted down. Actually, I think that's not correct. The fact is that her deal isn't really a deal, because what it actually does is postpone everything. It doesn't settle anything. It actually guarantees more uncertainty, which is terrible for business. And it's not even Brexit, because under her deal, the European Union still has sovereignty over key areas, like particularly in relation to the supremacy of European law and other areas. So it's very important that it is voted down.
OK, well, hold on a second. If it is voted down, and I agree with you, I think it will be, I think there'll be a lot of financial fallout over here, because you will have political chaos in Britain. We don't know what they're going to do next. We don't know who the next Prime Minister is, because presumably it's not Theresa May. We don't know whether they're going to have a second referendum. That kind of total uncertainty is surely going to affect us here.
It is, but I think in the long term, you're going to have to go through that to get to the right result, which is the referendum result that people voted for 2 years ago actually being delivered. And in fact, one thing I've argued for, I was actually over there arguing it just now, is that when people use you use the term crashing out, there's this sense that if there isn't a deal, somehow that's bad news. I don't think that's right. I think that actually, if you make a clear decision to leave the European Union, as the voters called for, and then spend time properly preparing, plus take action to counteract disruption, for example, to cut corporation tax, to cut regulations, to make the UK more attractive to investors and business, then you can help overcome the disruption and make it a positive story. But there's no sign that you've got a leader in the UK ready to do any of that. That's the problem.
OK, I've got to talk to you about Google. As you know, they are preparing and planning a search engine just for China, which would allow the Chinese communist authorities to censor every person in China and go and find dissidents. Now, I think that's a terrible idea. I know you're closely connected to the Googles and Facebooks of Silicon Valley. What do you say?
It's a complete outrage. I've actually called it economic treason, because we've got to understand that China is not just another player in the global economy. It is our enemy. It has a stated intention to topple the US as the global superpower and impose its values on the world. This is a really serious issue. It's not just a question of doing deals here and there. And what Google is doing in this way is actually helping to entrench the authoritarianism of our biggest enemy. It's got to be stopped.
Good. I like to hear you go straight at it, Steve, and you do it every time. Good stuff, young man. Thank you very much, Steve. We'll see you Sunday night, I think. Got it.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir.